dead.
Yeah.
What is that festival process like, Mr. I'm the youngest producer to ever debut 2 features at Sundance in a single year?
Forbes 30 under 30, Eric Fleischman.
Yeah.
Right?
Can you guys all be my publicists? Collectively be my publicists?
Yeah, hype team.
What was the question?
So what is the festival process like? Because you submit, like, once you're accepted in premiering it there for the young filmmaker who's never been to a festival, let's say their film gets accepted.
Sure,
what
sure.
do you expect? Like,
So it's having gone to film festivals without films than with films, you obviously realize how you should only go with films. Because it's like you're either a spectator or you're like treated like royalty. It's a real difference. So for like Sundance, we've had films at Sundance and South by and TriBeCa. Sundance is my favorite film festival in general, just because it's very small, not in terms of amount of people, but in terms of scope, right? It just exists on Main Street in Park City. It's like a mile. It's like a strip of land in the middle of the fucking like valley of death, of snow, and everyone is there, right? It's as opposed to like South by and is in Austin is just the whole city, right? TriBeCa in New York is the whole city. TIFF in Toronto is the whole city. It's not like you don't get a sense for like, I could go and walk down the street and go to a play. Sundance, it's just the film festival, right? There's nothing else there besides that. And so, when you have a film in, as soon as you get a film in, you have to immediately hire a publicist, right? You have to hire a publicist for your movie. And the publicist gets to work immediately. You're dealing with logistics with the programmers. You have, 120 people from the film that all want to come, and you only get 30 tickets. So you're dealing with tickets and logistics, and you're dealing with the press for the film, how to strategize it. The sales team is involved in the press as well, because they're trying to give it the best positioning they can. And sort of this, and it's so exciting, and it all accumulates to finally getting there. And it's very much, a producer's job is to produce at the festival. So your job is to organize. I mean, literally when we were at Sundance, I had to organize everything from every single meal for every single film. Okay, where are we going for dinner this night? This movie's, okay, tonight CARNAGE Park group is going to go to this restaurant at this time. And then from there, we have an event for SLEIGHT. So like your calendar is just packed. And so during the days of the festival, leading up to the premiere time, you are running around up and down the street with your cast and your filmmaker, going to all these different interviews with the publicist. It's like you're kind of like almost like you're their publicist. You're watching. You're sitting in the corner. Don't say that. Or like talk about this. I think this worked last time. Because what's happening is at a film festival, all the buyers are looking at you. They're looking at you, and they're looking at all the other available properties that they can buy. And they're looking at the interviews. They're listening to the radio podcasts. They're watching the TV stuff. They're reading about it in the press. Whatever it is, and it's informing their decisions on will they want to buy your movie and for how much they want to buy your movie for. And so that all accumulates to the premiere. You're trying to pack that house, in Sundance, and the biggest theater, I think it's like 500, 650 people. It's like they're really, really massive theaters. Yeah. You want to make sure you're sold out, premiere, after the premiere, if all the buyers are there, it's sprinkled around. And so you need that premiere to have this electric feeling. People need to be applauding, screaming, clapping, whatever. If your premiere falls flat, buyers will walk out. My year, Swiss Army Man was there. And the famous story during the festival was in the first 30 minutes of the movie, most of the buyers left. And that's typical, right? Yeah. You're a producer sitting in your own theater, and there's 150, 250, 350, 500, 650 people there. You see someone get up, that person's a distributor. Yeah. And that movie's not for them. And it's always like, you sit the fuck back down. You sit down in your fucking chair.
Is that why you sit on the top?
You sit in the back, you sit in an aisle, so you can see them, you're like, what's up? What's up? Not for you? Not for you? Okay, cool. Yeah. Don't call me ever again.
Have you ever had like a difficult artist, one of your actors that you're working with was kind of like a dick about the whole promotion process or anything that kind of was difficult to work with at all?
Sure. That? And that's where we're going to end that conversation. The answer is yes, and you know who you are.